Hello guys, Dello304 here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Dell Inspiron 9200 again because I have finally fixed it. So, and I do apologize in advance. I do have allergies and they are pretty bad this time of year. So if I, got the sniffles during the video, then I will, just apologize for that in advance. But this is the Inspiron 9200. I got this along with the Inspiron 6000, which is currently in my closet. This one had a broken display. And, I was initially not going to fix it. I was just like, screw it. It's not really worth fixing for the price. But then my friend Colin, aka DOSDude1, convinced me to try to fix it. And so he went on eBay, looked at different displays that would fit this laptop, and he found one for $20. And I was like, all right, that sounds perfect. So we ordered that, and I got it in. And it also was a high resolution display, the 1920 by 1200 panel, which is the highest resolution you could have gotten with this laptop back in the day. So I was like, all right, cool. So we ordered it, it came, I put it in the laptop, and it didn't work. And what I mean by it didn't work was you'd turn it on, the BIOS screen would show, and then it'd just be black after that. And after looking at the screen up close with a flashlight, I determined that the backlight was not working. And I was like, well, crap. So I figured, since the display did not come with a new inverter, I figured the inverter from the old display, which I still had in here, might have been the issue. But it turns out that wasn't it. It turns out that the actual CCFL backlight inside the display was the issue. So, with a bunch of convincing from my friend Colin, like I said again, he kind of walked me through how to replace the backlight bulb in the display. I basically swapped one from the old display over into the new one, and ta-da! Now it works perfectly. So, I'm going to go ahead and boot it up, and then I will continue. So as you can see, the display now works. It's not destroyed anymore. And you may be able to also tell in a second that I've chosen a infamous operating system to put on this computer because I don't have any other computer that runs it currently. Windows Vista. Now I did upgrade this machine to 1 gig of RAM just like the other one because that's, the maximum amount that I have. But of course this is a 1.6 Pentium M with a gig of RAM. And the hard drive in it is 80 gigs. So I figured why not, screw it. This also has an ATI Radeon 9700, which does support Windows Aero. So I was like, you know what, screw it, let's put it on there. And it's not actually that bad. It's not, fast. It's a little bit slow here and there. But for the most part, it's actually pretty decent. And yeah, I mean, the backlight, as far as the display goes, you can kind of see where I pulled the backlight out because I had to, of course, disassemble the display. And, of course, those metal pieces that hold the display together don't really go back the exact same way. So there is a little bit of a gap here from where I disassembled it, but it's not a big deal. The backlight isn't that bright. This is on the brightest setting, and, compared to my other displays, of course, those are LED, but still. The backlight is not that bright, but that's okay. As long as it works, that's all I care. So I did have a disc of a Dell OEM copy of Windows Vista Ultimate. I installed Service Pack 2, of course, because Vista RTM is kind of shit. But Vista Service Pack 2 is actually very decent. So you may be also to notice just how small everything is on this screen. I mean, look at that start menu. It's tiny as hell. So that's pretty awesome. And of course Windows Aero works. I believe we can do Windows Flip 3D here. It's a little laggy, once you get going, but it's not terrible. So yeah, figured that was kind of cool. Of course, those are my service packs there. But let's go ahead and go to the system properties. Check that out. So Windows Vista Ultimate Service Pack 2. Of course, I don't think this is an accurate score. I tried to rerun the Windows Experience Index, but it wouldn't work for some reason. But, obviously that doesn't matter. Of course, I still have to activate Windows, but I think I have a key somewhere, so that shouldn't be an issue. Of course, 1.6 Pentium M, 1 gig of RAM. That's about it. So, yeah, and for some reason, I cannot get the Wi-Fi cards in either this laptop or the other laptop to connect to my wireless network. I thought it might have been something to do with WPA2, but I changed the network mode on my router and it still wouldn't work. So I just have it connected via Ethernet down here, and it seems to work fine. So we go and load up Firefox on this thing, and we'll just, test out the internet capability. It's not that great, of course. You may be able to notice it's kind of slow. You also may be able to notice the little white tint at the bottom of or the yellow tint at the bottom of the display. Again, work in progress, but we can go to Google and it works. So it's not terrible. I'm just glad the laptop works again, to be honest. It's not, of course, it's not perfect or anything, but there you go. Windows Vista, because why the hell not? So I'm going to go and shut it down, and that's going to be pretty much the end of this video. Just wanted to give a little update on the Inspiron 9200 in that it is working again. So there we go.